boys and girls. This week we are going to keep working on story problems. Our learning targets are pretty similar to last week. We're going to solve story problems with multiplication and division, and we're going to write equations that match those problems. So, when we solve story problems, we always start with the plan equation, the equation that matches what's going on in the problem. When you write that equation, you can use a symbol for the mystery number, or you can use an alphabet letter, whatever works for you. Then you solve the problem, show your work, make it a good strong answer. All of that's just like last week. The new part this week is that there are going to be some problems where the equation is given to you. They've already written the plan equation in your book, and you need to tell the story that matches it. That's what we're going to practice in this video. Okay, so here's our first problem. 56 divided by 7 equals b. Now it's our job to tell a story that goes with this. Let's see. 56 divided by 7 equals b. B makes me think of bags of something. So maybe we're taking 56 things and putting 7 in each bag. So we want to know how many bags there are. Remember, division can be about scooping things and making groups, or it can be about sharing them and seeing how many are in each group. Okay, so I know that I'm taking this many objects, putting 7 in each bag, and how many bags are there in all. So here's the story I would write. I was helping my friend get ready for a wedding. Now, do you hear how I'm adding the story in this story? I'm giving it extra information that you don't really need to solve the problem, but it makes it sound like a story or a real life situation. So, I was helping my friend fill bags for party favors at a wedding. She had a box of 56 chocolates, and she wanted to fill up little baggies to give to people as they left. We figured out you could fit 7 chocolates in each bag. Let's label things as we go. There were 56 chocolates in the big box. And we can fit 7 per bag. We can fit 7 in each little baggie. So then at the end of my story problem, I would ask my question for this mystery letter. How many bags could we fill altogether? Now, if you were answering this problem in your book and it wanted the story, you would need to write the whole story down, just like you're writing another story in your writing journal. Then, some of them also want you to solve it. Let's solve this one really quick, just for a little extra practice. 56, and I'm making groups of 7 in a bag. To make the math a little easier, I'll just do here's a bag of 7. Here's a bag of 7, so let's see. Oh, that means we've used up 7. 14 used up. Let's label that. Chocolate used. And these are the bags. So far we've only used 14 of the 56 chocolates. We have to keep going. 7, 14, 21. That's 3 bags of 7. 7, 14, 21, 28. We've made 4 bags of 7. 28 and 7 more, that's 35. Whew, this is a lot of bags of chocolate that we had to make. 35 and 7 more, that's 42. We've used up 42 of the chocolates, making our bags of 7. Let's keep going. 42 and 7 more, that's 49. And there it is, 56. So now, making 7 chocolates in each bag, I've used up all 56 chocolates from the big box. So, B, how many bags? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bags. Or we could write B equals 8. So this time, we're going to work through this one together, where I'll do a little bit, we'll pause the video, you work in your math journal, and then we'll come back and finish it together. This time, the equation that they gave us is a multiplication equation. That means we need to think about one of these numbers is the groups, and one of these is how many are in the group. That means this number is going to be the largest number in this equation, just like when you practiced your fact families. Your job right now, when you pause the video, is to write a story that uses this situation. Okay, are you ready? You probably wrote a different story, and I hope that when we have our meetings on Wednesday, you'll share some of them with me. For right now, I'll write mine. Let's see. There were 6 boxes of cat treats. Each box had 8 treats in it. How many cat treats were there altogether? I added a little bit more flavor to this last sentence. When I open the boxes, how many cat treats will the kitties have? So now we all have our stories written down. Yours probably sounds different than mine, but all of them match this equation. There's either 6 groups with 8 things in each group, or there's 8 groups with 6 things in each group. However you phrased it in your story works, because with multiplication you can flip-flop. The mystery number is the larger number once we solve for it. And that is the question in your story problem. Take a minute and solve this one now in your math journal. So when I solve this one, I'm thinking about 6 groups of 8. There's my 6 groups, and each group has 8 in it. And then I can skip count. Let's see, it would go 8, 16, 24, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. The answer is 48 treats. All right, let's take a look at our workbook pages for this week. You're going to be doing page 163 and 164. As you can see, 163 starts with write your own story problem to fit this equation. That's what we just practiced. The rest of that page is classic story problems. They tell you the story and you need to write the matching equation and solve it. There's a little note in the directions about solving each problem in your math journal, That's because they didn't give you very much space on the page. The next page, more story problems. This one, they're trying to trick you a little bit. Here's the story, but instead of having you write the equation that matches, it's giving you some choices, and you need to pick the one that best matches that story. One more important thing to remember here, when you see parentheses in an equation, those mean do this part first. Always start with what's inside the parentheses. Finally, there's a challenge problem at the end. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.